All right, ladies and gents, we are going live real quick with a very abbreviated version of our Prosperity Challenge updates. And again, if you're watching this on live, type in live. If you're watching this on replay, type replay. We're using Facebook Live because the replays are always available much faster for you, okay? And we're just going to do a couple of updates. I apologize. I had to start this video a little bit late because the product training in the Green Organics testimonials group went longer than it should have went. So that being said, I'm just going to give you a couple of updates right now about the Prosperity Challenge. And this is something that we did a few years back, and the results were absolutely phenomenal. The results were literally world-class. People were everything. One lady got 4 free new tires for her car. People were making hundreds of dollars. Some people found cash on the ground. Some people won scratch-off tickets. The Prosperity Challenge is one of the most fun things we have ever done. Now, last time it was just, I think it was either a 3-day one we did, and we did a 7-day one as well, okay? Now, this one is going to be a 14-day Prosperity Challenge starting today. But hear me out. The actual application of the oils, we're going to stick with the 7-day challenge that we did, because it is going to be very challenging once you understand the frequency and the protocol of how to use the oils in that method. So today and every day until the 10th of November, so the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th, the next week, we are going to be live in this group every day for a couple of minutes to tell you more things, give you more instructions, more direction, and talk about just abundance and income and wealth as an energetic thing. So you can really understand more about the history of money. You're going to basically be going to Abundance School over the next 7 days, right here live in this group. And then on the 10th, that'll be the last day of the educational period on the essential oils we're using, on money and wealth in general. And then on the 11th, we're actually going to start the week of the 11th through the 17th, okay? Monday through Sunday is going to be when you're actually applying the oils as instructed. And that's, when you're going to have probably most of your testimonials about abundance, prosperity, and wealth are going to happen during that time. But just because you're shifting your frequency and vibration right now and learning more information, some of you may start getting different, really cool, unexpected things, unexpected checks in the mail. Sometimes you maybe should have got a speeding ticket and paid for it, but you didn't. You got a warning. It'll be little things that are starting to happen to you already as early as tonight, just because of your intention of joining the 14-day Prosperity Challenge. But again, this is going to be the learning period, and then the application doing period is going to start on November 11th through the 17th. So it's going to give you an entire week of information, but it's also going to give you a week of what we're doing. Now, yeah, very important. So Miriam just said right here. So this is what you're going to need. Great comment, Miriam. Thank you. These are the oils we're going to be using, and we're going to be using them in different ways for different reasons. I'll explain more of that as the week goes. But the first oil that we're going to be using on the 11th is going to be the clear oil. The clear essential oils found on the Go Designer side under the whole body oils. You can grab that there, and you do not need a full bottle. So some people already have some essential oils, but you probably need about 1/3 of a bottle, maybe a third to a half a bottle of clear. You don't need a full bottle. If you don't have it already, you need to get a bottle of clear if you want to participate, and you have until the 11th for it to come in. So if you decide to order it, even with a gift card, got plenty of those, even if you order it between now and tomorrow night, probably, it'll be here on time for you depending on where you live. And that's the clear oils, we got to clear out a lot of subconscious limiting beliefs about money. We're going to do that with the training that we're doing in these Facebook Lives on the starting as early as tomorrow, this, that, or third, all the way up to the 10th. And then after you've cleared out the subconscious limiting beliefs about money, you clear a lot of the negative, a lot of that poverty energy that a lot of us have been carrying around because of financial trauma for so long. Then we have to really get reacquainted with our goals, and we're going to be using Align essential oil. Again, you will not, most people have at least a half bottle or 1/3 a bottle of, you don't need to order a new bottle of Align as well. You don't need to. If you already have Align, great, but you will need a decent amount of it. You can't have 2 drops left. It's not going to work, because we're going to use Align, because we have to realign. We have to align the goals okay, on a spiritual, mental, and physical level. If you're not operating in alignment, your goals are going to be haphazard. Some things you'll achieve, some you won't. But when you figure out alignment, okay, and the Align oil is going to help with that. We're going to do a full teaching on that in Orlando, Florida in February 21st to the 23rd. But for right now, you're going to be using Align, and it's a certain way that you're going to use it. It's one thing to use Align, and you should, because of all it does for you biologically on the inside of your body, okay, especially on a cellular level. But a lot of people don't know that Alexandria's oils have spiritual components to them. A lot of people don't know that essential oils of varying types are mentioned over 600 times in the Bible. One of the most spiritual things that you can ever do, biblically speaking, is have an essential oil regimen. This is something that great spiritual leaders starting from the Bible and many, many, many other spiritual texts have all understood. But because we're so fascinated with modern medicine and technology, and I'm not knocking it, don't get mad at me, but people have forgotten that the roots of medicine, biblically, spiritually speaking, came into from the Bible. That's something a lot of people don't know. And the spiritual texts that also went into that. For example, when the wise men found Jesus, and remember, Mary had just had a child with no midwife. That is a very, very difficult thing to occur. And there's not a lot of antiseptics and things like that. Ain't no doctors and sterile hospitals going on back then. And she had a child. So what did the wise men, who were the doctors of their day, what did they bring? Of course, they brought gold, but they brought myrrh as well. Myrrh is going to be an essential oil that I'm telling you, I love it. I only have maybe one or two bottles of myrrh. Myrrh is that old school, absolutely phenomenal oil. And back then, based on my research, I found that in those time periods, myrrh was one of the most incredible medicines or medicinal oils used in civilization at that time. So essential oils have a very, very strong history in the church, in spirituality across all nations. If you look back deep enough, you will find essential oil somewhere in the health side of it. So you're going to have clear, you're going to have Align, because essential oils have a spiritual element. Anybody who tells you that essential oils are all woo-woo and weird, oh no, Will, that's demonry, that's witchcraft, essential oil, they've simply never read the Bible. They have no idea what they're talking about. And it's unfortunate, but we got to let people be who they are. And if you don't want to read a book, then you don't want to read a book. If you don't want to read the Bible, you don't want to read the Bible. If you don't want to study to show thyself approved, you don't want to know this stuff. And it's okay, because we know, okay, that these essential oils were put there specifically by our Creator to benefit His creations. And we will never forget that. So that being said, the last oil that we're going to be using is going to be, the second to last oil is going to be using the prosperity oil. And that's going to be from the 11th through the 17th. Most people already have a bottle of this. If you don't, please get one. This one is the one. You will need almost a full bottle of the prosperity. And we'll talk about more reasons of how it works, how the liver processes it through the body, and how it works on a DNA standpoint. Some incredible revelations based on my research that we found with prosperity. And last but not least, I have a couple of bottles of it. I don't have it on my desk. It's going to be the finishing oil. Okay, so one thing we're going to do different, instead of having those three oils to clear the Align and prosperity, you can go to Gotesana and find the finishing oil. Okay, the finishing oil is what we're going to use to lock in the vibration of abundance at the end of the 7-day challenge on the 17th. Okay, on November 17th. And for people who understand numerology and things like that, like your birthday, your zodiac signs or whatever, the 17th is a money day. 17th of November is going to be a money day. And yes, Jessica, you can use Prosper from HBN. If you already have Prosper from HBN and you have a full bottle, that bottle's pretty small. It's going to be one of these smaller bottles, okay, as opposed to the bigger bottle. The Seasons of Success oil is going to have just a different set of intention with it, but you can still feel free to use Prosper. They're not identical, but they're close enough. And you can use that, but you definitely, if you don't have it or you got to get it, you want to go with Prosperity for several reasons, but it's a larger bottle. But if you already have a full bottle of Prosper from HBN, most people get the Prosperity from Gotesana. If you have a full bottle, you might be able to finish out the full challenge with that bottle. Fingers crossed. Okay, fingers crossed. Hopefully you can finish out with that. But again, then you have the finishing oil, and that's gonna, and again, the finishing oil is gonna be optional. The clear is not optional. The Align is not optional. the prosperity or prosper is not going to be optional for the prosperity challenge, but the finishing oil is optional. Finishing oil is only if you want to use the finishing oil as intended to lock in the vibration of abundance and wealth and prosperity that we're going to be, really bringing your cellular vibration to on a whole different level. You are going to really be educated on a different level as far as money moving forward. So that's all I wanted to cover today, is give you the timelines of the 4th through the 10th. It's going to be learning, buying your oil, making sure your oils get your oils in the mail immediately. And then on the night of the 10th, we're going to tell you the protocol for the Prosperity Challenge, and that's going to start on Monday, November the 11th, which is an amazing day. 11th is always going to be a big day of the month. And then we're going to be using the different oils in a certain way in order, okay, that entire week. And then we're going to be finishing up with the Prosperity Oil. And then on the last day, the finishing oil to lock in all that vibration and abundance. You want to have paper and pen. You want to be checking in this group, okay, every day, at least once at nighttime, to make sure that you got the Prosperity Challenge training and coaching from that day. And we're going to leave them here. Veterans Day. Let's go, Charlotte Whitaker. And we're going to leave that training there for you. And we're going to label it Prosperity Challenge Day 1, Prosperity Challenge Day 2, so you know what day we're on in case we need to catch up. I will tell you, once you have your oils, please make sure, once we teach you how to use them specifically to generate prosperity, wealth, and abundance in your life, make sure that you're being consistent and you're following the directions to a T. Every single aspect of the application matters. And that's why we call it a prosperity challenge, because it's going to be challenging for some people to be consistently using the oils the proper way, the way that we teach it. Okay, so I'll see y'all tomorrow right back here, this Facebook Live in this group, and we're going to drop some more gems about abundance, wealth, and the Prosperity Challenge. Have paper and pen, and I'll see you on the other side. So have a good night.